We're going to talk a little about shamanism, and I'm giving the course in Dubai on March the 26th and 27th. That'll be level 1. So please chat with me if you'd like. Ask me any questions you want. Let's first define a shaman. What does a shaman do? He or she has one foot in the spiritual world and one foot in this dimension, in this duality. And what they do basically is receive insights, knowledge, healing, and since they're committed to helping their community and Mother Earth, they bring these insights and healing from the spiritual world, from the spirit guides, and they give it to people who are in need of these insights, knowledge, and healing here in this dimension. So like I said, they have a foot in this world and a foot in the spiritual world. The difference between a general healer, energy healer, or a mystic would be that the shamans spend most of their time working in the spirit world. So they're in and out a lot, okay? These are, the basics. So if you're interested in deepening your connection with Source, then you've come to the right place. Shamanism is for you. If you're interested in deepening your connection or just finding out who your guides are and connecting with your spirit guides, like your principal guide, your principal power animal, you even have relationship guides, etc. If you're interested in connecting with archangels and angels, with divinity, God's helpers or Source's helpers, or even connecting with the deceased ones, in the family, then you've come to the right place. Shamanism is for you. Shamanism is making a comeback, if you will, nowadays. It is the oldest spiritual practice known to mankind. And of course, it's not usually what people think. It's not that these people are not conscious or that they have a very deep shadow self or a very intense shadow self. You have all sorts of shamans out there. So it's hard to define it, but in general, we have 3 types of shamans. The first shaman would be more of a sorcerer, black sorcery, white magic, black magic, they throw spells and stuff like that. And they can actually kill people. Living with shamans and working with shamans over a decade now, and in non-ordinary states over 20 years. I've seen a lot, and I'm sure I'll see a lot more. I can tell you that being a shaman is not necessarily being conscious. A conscious person could or may be a shaman or not. They have skills. These skills I will teach you if you're interested in. And as we go on this shamanic practitioner journey, we will become more mature spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and it all depends on our values. So, like I said, we have 3 levels. One level is what they call brujos, or sorcery, white magic, black magic. The second level is healing, shamanic healing. And the third level is what I call ascended master's consciousness. So Buddha consciousness, Christ consciousness, prophet consciousness, etc. So it doesn't take too long to become a sorcerer, but this is not where I would like you to go when it comes to white magic. I do not deal with black magic. I have many people have asked me for favors and this and that. I don't deal with that. I only deal with loving, conscious spirits. Now, sometimes they want to mess with you, so I'll show you how to protect yourself and how to keep vibrating in a high frequency. Of course, we all make mistakes. We get upset sometimes. We're sad sometimes. We're stressed. We're lonely. We have fear maybe sometimes. The key is to catch yourself fast and become conscious of this emotion and observe it. Okay, what you resist will persist. What you observe will disappear. So this is all part of shamanism. Shamanism is a huge universe and galaxies. It never stops amazing me, this world and galaxies of shamanism. All conscious, from what I know, all conscious people, ascended masters were all, among other things, shamans, of course. Now, today in this world, we need shamans. The indigenous people now, from what I've talked about with them, is that we need more shamanic practitioners. If you don't want to become a shaman, you can become a shamanic practitioner, even if you're an architect or a lawyer or whatever it is. Yeah, so what I'm saying is that we need shamans now to help heal cancers and autoimmune diseases and diabetes too. There's even a type 3 now. We need shamans now to help clear the pollution in the water and the air. We need shamans to detoxify, the nuclear waste. We need shamans to protect us from these magnetic fields, from the 5G that's probably coming along soon. I mean, it's a mess. The world's a mess, but it's a transformation era. So this is where light workers or shamans are needed. And these are modern shamans. So you can learn the traditional shamanism like I've learned in Peru with different shamans, but you will have to adapt to the modern world. So it is very applicable. Shamanism is not voodoo stuff only. Voodoo, by the way, is pretty profound and it's pretty spiritual. It's not what we see in the movies. It could be a part of shamanism. So again, if you want to learn to connect with your spirit guides, if you want to learn how to journey to the upper world or the underworld or the middle world, in the underworld you can journey to the place of wisdom and knowledge. You can journey to the place of healing. A lot of people have healed in the underworld. I'll show you how to do that. It's not that difficult. It just requires practice, practice, and practice. I still am a hypnotist, and the best hypnotists are shamans. Okay, you may use ayahuasca, San Pedro, or Wachuma, or Vilca, or Bobinsana. You may use sacred plants, but it's not necessary. You don't have to use sacred plants to become a shaman. Okay, so having said that, shamanism and the basic tools and skills would be to learn how to smudge for cleansing, to ground with the stone and rattle, to use a quartz crystal for journeying. And the door, the portal to the spiritual world is the imaginal, or the imagination, but I'd rather say the imaginal. In Arabic, they call it takhayyul, mish khayal. I speak French and Arabic fluently, so if you have any questions or that you can't express in English, please let me know. So, having said that, please go ahead and ask me any questions. Do spirits exist? Of course they do. You will learn to feel them, sense them, see them. Some people are more, clairvoyant than clairsentient or claircognizant. Claircognizant is a knowing, you just feel it. Some people have a taste or a flair. You're going to develop your intuition in this course. So having said that, please ask me any questions because I feel like I'm talking to a wall here. Well, I can feel you, but I'd rather you voice it. What's up? Any question, as long as it's relative to shamanism or pertinent to shamanism. Pia, do you have a question? Joanne Kruger, how are you? Do you have a question? Joe, do you have a question? Anything? All right. No questions yet. Okay. So, Joanne, are you interested in shamanism? Are you a shaman? Are you a practitioner? Have you studied the subconscious mind? Anything like that? Okay. So, having said that, again, we can go deeply into shamanism. You will receive in the level 1. Okay. You will receive in level 1 your spirit, your principal spirit guide. You will connect with source. You will connect with your higher self or your divine self or your full potential self, whatever the word you want to use for it. And these things are real. This is not hocus pocus. It's real. You know, you don't know until you feel it. See, it's not about thinking. It's not about anything else but feeling. It's always about feeling it. And as soon as you feel it, then you can imagine, well, you can imagine, then feel, but the point is, as soon as you feel it, then you know you're making progress. Sometimes it takes a little time. It's just like working out, you know, or push-ups or developing muscles. It's the same thing. It's the muscle of the imaginal, okay? And the portal to the spirit world is the imaginal. As simple as that. Let's try something here for fun since we don't have a lot of questions. Would anybody like to connect with their higher selves or full potential self? Which means you, with all the qualities of peace, love, nobility, awareness, if you look at yourself in the mirror and you start seeing or imagining the qualities you have, you will start to see your full potential self or your higher self. If you remember times where you were really loving and kind, hopefully a lot of times, if not, it's not a problem, okay, then you were probably connected to your higher self. It's just that easy. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to breathe fast and deep. But before that, imagine you're in a chamber, a small room, and that you have two small speakers in your ears, because some people are very clear audience. I receive message usually in this right ear right here. And I want you to imagine you're in a small room, okay, a comfortable room, sitting on a plush, comfortable sofa. You might get a feeling of something, claircognizance, that I know in my gut I have to take this course, or I know, you know, that Mark is whatever. Hopefully it's not from your ego, but from your higher self, your intuition. So imagine you're in this chamber, you have two small speakers in your ears, you have a big, huge movie screen in front of you that is what we call the blank space of the imagination, or the blank space of the imaginal. Huge movie screen that's blank in front of you. You're sitting on a plush sofa, and there's also a red phone on your right. Now, this red phone is only for receiving calls. Sometimes we're in a session, we're journeying, you have people that want to come in, deceased parents or whatever. This has happened to me many times. So the rule is you do not use this red phone. You have the phone ring if somebody wants to enter your space, your sacred space. That's another thing I'm going to show you how to do, is to delimit your sacred shamanic space. Okay, there are many ways to do this. So you're in this chamber. I call it sometimes the psychic chamber. And you're in front of you, you're watching this huge movie screen that's blank. You have two speakers in your ears to receive messages. You might receive an intuition, a gut feeling from the sofa underneath you. It doesn't matter. Don't make a big deal out of visualizing. People say, but I didn't see anything. It's okay. It's okay. Imagining, not necessarily visualizing. It'll come with practice. Okay? So at the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to breathe in deep and fast at least 10 times. And then after you do that, you're going to feel vibrations in your hands. I feel them in my hands and face very easily. I feel them as I'm talking to you right now. Now, these vibrations are the aliveness of your cells. It's the aliveness of your body. It's what gives your body life. So I call it spirit. You can call it prana, chi, whatever. Okay? But if you did not have these vibrations or this life in your body, you'd be a piece of meat, right? So since we're not pieces of meat only, then make an effort to just hear and feel the vibrations. A lot of people feel them in their hands and jaw. Some people in their feet. Doesn't matter. This is your inner energy field. Okay? So after we breathe, you're going to feel this energy field, and you're going to allow it to expand. As you breathe normally after that exercise, when you breathe out, the field is going to expand, expand, expand into the whole room. Okay? So let's play with this. Now, please don't be too serious. You know, be playful, be cool about it. No doubts. Doubts will ruin this exercise. Just let it happen. I've been doing this for a long time. Trust me, it works. I'll prove it to you and I'll show it to you in the course if you're willing to take the course. I miss Dubai, so I'll be there soon. Alrighty? So at the count of 3, please breathe in fast and deep. I'll do it with you. 1, 2, 3. Feel the vibes. Connect with the vibrations. Close your eyes. Now, these vibrations are the aliveness of your cells. I want you to feel the vibrations and have them expand into the whole room. From your heart chakra, from all the chakras out, radiating out into the whole room. Fill the whole room with these vibrations, radiating outwards. Now, if you allow these vibrations to expand into the whole city, the whole country, the Middle East, over the seas, in the skies, in the galaxies, eventually you will connect with Source. It just demands and requires a little bit of practice, not too much. Okay, we have not been taught to use these skills. Okay, so stop the thinking, come back and feel the vibes. Allow the vibes to expand. Expand into the whole room. I want you to imagine yourself bigger, filling the whole room like a giant vibration of you, your divine self. Now go ahead and ask a question to these vibrations that are filling the whole room. Question could be, should I take the shamanism course? Can I trust Mark? Am I ready? Just lend your mind to these vibrations and you'll get and receive an answer. Okay, you can breathe deeply and rapidly if you want to expand the vibrations faster. And once you feel the vibrations, all sensations are in the present moment. So if you're feeling the vibrations, you're present, capital P. This is what is needed, and in my opinion, the best way to connect with Source and your spirit guides. It is simple, maybe it's not very easy because it requires practice. But if you're interested in expanding and getting to know who you are, the reality of the cosmos, the reality of who you are, it's probably the best modality to do so. It's pretty easy, straightforward, and it's effective. Okay. Any questions you might have? Joanne, do you have any questions now? Are you still here or did you evaporate into the cosmos? Okay, so just come back, wiggle your toes and hands. Okay, well, fear, of the unknown maybe, Joanne. Yeah, well, I don't use black magic, so there's no fear there, but you need to be aware of it, Joanne. Okay, yeah, black magic is, pure ego. My intent in the courses, shamanic courses, is to become, yeah, the unknown's scary. I agree. Uncertainty scares. But I do not deal with black magic. Now, I have been in the hands of sorcerers in Peru and almost got killed over there because I trusted the wrong people. But having been there, seen that, you know, and my teacher, I still have a teacher till today, a wonderful woman, and she's really effective. She's taught me a lot when it comes to that. We don't deal with black magic, but you need to know that it's out there. And it doesn't take long to learn. So they're usually uh, not very loving. They have their own agenda, usually about, you know, power, money, etc. But you need to know about it. All right. So letting go, yeah, is one of the biggest obstacles. Letting go of fear, anger, guilt, stress, sadness, boredom. It's all about letting go. Once you are present, feeling the vibes, you are joyful. You cannot be fearful. You cannot be angry. You cannot be, you know, lonely. See, that's the key. Eckhart Tolle is a great teacher on presence. You have others as well, but Eckhart Tolle is fantastic when it comes to that. He's known, and that's the first thing you'll learn to do is to become present, capital P. All right. Any other questions, Joanne or anybody else? By the way, as you move into the journeying or into shamanism, you will discover your fears. They're usually false evidence appearing real. Fear, F-E-A, false evidence. They're usually that. But you'll discover fears and you will overcome fears. And as you overcome fears and eliminate, if you want, or transform all the fears, what is left? Your nature. Your nature is love, is joy, you know, all the good stuff. High frequencies. You want to move your frequencies above 500. Okay. Nowadays, it's super important because of the corona and the situation and the manipulation. There are a lot of things going on in the world I'm sure you know about, but there's some things that people don't know about what's going on underground, beneath the cities and other places. So I'm not going to go too much into that, but I just want to say presence will eliminate all those negativities. Presence. And then from there, we'll journey to the upper world, maybe, or the underworld, the upper world, and to the place of planning. Before you incarnated in this body, we planned out, co-planned certain things. You can visit that place and get knowledge about that. You can understand why your parents are the way they are, why you are, what karma you have, etc. So if you don't have any more questions, then it was great talking to you, and I hope to see you in Dubai. On the 26th and 27th of March, I'll be giving Shamanism Level 1. Okay? Thank you all. God bless. See you soon. Yeah, the course is 2 days. Hope to see you there, Joanne. Take care now. Bye-bye.